Hey everyone, this is Monkey from the Busy Adults podcast. In this episode, we talk about homebrew versus modules. What we like, what we don't like, what we'd like to do, and some of the modules that we would like to play. Thanks for tuning in, and I hope you enjoy.
What's up, guys?
Hey, what it is.
Welcome to another episode of Busy Adults.
Is that what this is?
I've almost forgotten.
I thought this was OnlyFans, so I guess I'm out.
Well,
you should at least put your pants back on.
Yeah, why? We're
Right?
video chatting each other. I mean, it's waist up.
Yeah.
Pants off, dance off.
Yeah, man. I mean, just zoom that camera out, baby. You're gonna need to anyway.
No.
With what you got fucking hanging.
Nope.
Oh boy. This is
Yes.
a great start. I love it. Let's keep going.
Well, let's hope the Rona's not as bad for you folks as it is for us. Here in Michigan, we have like 8 or 9 of the top 10 hot spots. So,
Yep.
But tonight's episode is going to be homebrew versus modules. What we like about each, what we don't like, stuff like that.
Are we living in the division right now?
It feels like that.
It really does. For a second, I'm like, the division. What do you...
Yeah, the Rona thing. I was
the
like,
money
oh,
and the
shit.
spreading and the... Yeah.
Everybody's walking around with masks and shit on. Everybody's got a fucking
Yeah,
gun.
I started playing that like a little bit after, Corona and the shutdowns and stuff, and my wife's like, I don't like this game. This is too real.
This is too real.
Like, the funny part is, the first game came out like 5
Yeah.
years ago.
I know. That's what I told her. I'm like, yeah, this came out a couple years ago, and he spread it through money.
No, you really want to freak her out? Go play Plague Inc. in front of her.
Oh, no, she loves Plague. She
I like
loves
Plague.
Plague.
Really?
Yeah.
I played that game like when the lockdown first happened, and I played like 3 or 4 games, and on the 4th game I was successful.
Yep.
So I beat the game, so I extincted humanity.
Yep.
I kicked away from my computer and was like, nope, that's enough for the day. Like I was like, I won. Oh fuck, I won, and we're in a pandemic. I'm done.
Yep.
I'm gonna go drink now.
Yep. No, she loves that game. She actually bought it for her iPhone when she still had, an iPhone years ago. Because I showed it to her on mine. She's like, "How do I get that?" I'm like, I don't fucking know. I don't use your shit Apple products.
Yeah.
Right.
So,
it's
That's
one
why
of
I
those
can't watch Handmaid's Tale. It's too fucking real, dude.
mm.
My anxiety just does not enjoy that show anymore.
I still need to watch that. Candace is trying to get me to watch
It's
that.
a
I'm
great
like, I know.
show, but then I have palpitations, and I feel like I'm gonna throw up when I watch it.
I mean, if you want, just The Last of Us, just play that too.
Oh
There you
yeah.
go.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, that's another one.
Yep. That one, first half hour, you're gonna be in tears. In the very
yeah.
first half hour, you will be in tears. And after that, it's just depressing. Every which way.
Yay.
Such a good game, though.
I
One of
mean,
the
it
best.
has got award. Did it win a BAFTA or something? Or some
I don't
it's
know what
won
awards.
lots of awards.
Yeah. Game of the year, I'm sure. Tons of
Oh, yeah.
stuff. It's one of the best games.
Mm.
Hmm.
You
Speaking
know what
of
another great game is?
games,
Valheim is a great game.
we've been
Yes.
spending a lot of time
Which-
on that.
Which, the reason I say that is because, again, tonight's episode is sponsored by Busted Bones Gaming. Mondays
Yes.
is Valheim night.
Yep.
For now.
Yep. For now. Yeah. Well, for a while, because we got that server. But yeah, Busted Bones Gaming, guys. Mondays we do Valheim. You can find me on Facebook Gaming, whatever you want to call it now. Yeah, good times. We all play there whenever we can. And Drake, I saw you were starting to build like a new house behind our new base, and
Yep.
the door is facing away from our base.
I actually, today, I had so many issues trying to do the second level roof and that, I destroyed it and rebuilt it. So
Okay.
I now have 2 doors. I have 1 door facing the base and 1 door facing away
Yay.
the base.
There you go.
All right. Yeah. Very
So,
nice.
yeah, it's because I tried doing like this crazy, like almost oval type shape with the last one,
Oh yeah.
and it just I'd get up to the second level and structure support was not there, and
Yeah,
You
without
have to
putting
be
poles and
so
shit.
precise and exact.
it's
So-
rough. Yeah, if you want to, we have a stone cutter. I'm pretty sure still in our base.
Yeah.
Just take it and then start building up stone columns. That'll help with your roof structure. So
But yeah, I've got wood right now, and I got the first level. It's just a square rectangle type thing, and it's so far first level solid. We're starting to work on second, so yeah.
yeah,
Why
Yeah.
I listen to Critical Role, definitely.
Of course.
You know. I know we mention it like every episode, but it's starting to get good. I'm in episode 116, and it's just so good.
Yes.
I know.
Yes, it is.
I know. Ray and Yaka. I like your name on here right now, Yaka. Stop
Who
it.
the fuck changed my
Wonderful.
goddamn name?
Anyway, yeah, they were talking about Sam Riegel before we started recording, before you hopped in here, Drake, and he's been doing some shit, guys. Just look, just watch. He's doing
Look,
so good.
look for the tiny details that a Mr. Sam Riegel puts on his flask every week, and then remember the details and put them in reverse so that maybe you can see this fucking bullshit secret message he's leaving on his shit. God damn it, Sam Riegel, stop being so dedicated.
There's not even a reason for it either. Just because.
Just for
He
fun.
commits to a bit.
Commit
It's not-
to the bit.
It's not even like it helps in any way. It's just like, yeah, I'm gonna do it, just cause.
And that's what I love
Well,
about
yeah,
it.
just like the bit where him wearing the same clothes from campaign 1 to campaign 2. It was beautiful.
Yeah, he's something else. But yeah, so we're here to talk about homebrew versus modules, like Drake mentioned at the beginning. And I gotta say, I don't think I've ever played in a module before. I think I may have once. but
I have
you
not.
guys.
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't think we've ever done module in this little
No.
group. It's
I-
always been homebrew.
I don't even know how to run a module. I'm a little embarrassed because that's usually how a DM starts their journey. They buy a module, they run the module for their friends, and then maybe they either continue to buy and run more modules, or that they fly off on their own wings and create their own world, and but that's where we started. We've never done modules before, so I'm embarrassed. I should know how to do
We
it.
go and buy the module. That's how my friends run the game. Is they buy modules, they
Yeah.
run them, and then the DM gets brave enough and makes his own stuff and becomes a toxic DM. Just the natural cycle of things.
That's right, a toxic DM that wants to railroad you into their story.
He's like, all my player stats are 35. Yours can't be above an 18.
Homebrew, bitch.
I will say, I think I've ran one module. I own a few modules.
Yeah, you do.
A lot of them 3, 5. I own
Curse of Strahd. now,
Strahd.
don't you? Yeah.
Yep, I own Strahd. I know people who that's their thing. They don't deviate from modules. They're strictly modules. They will either buy them or they'll find online ones, and they might make some tweaks here and there. But yeah, they're straight up modules, and some of it is good. I've known DMs who will kind of smash the two together. They'll take the bones, structure, whatever, of a module. So, this town's this, here are some of the NPCs, but then they might change things. Monsters, story, stuff like that. But they want it, I suck at making city names, I suck at making NPCs. Here's a module, here's the cities, here's this, bam.
Right, and it all has kind of a theme to it, so
Right.
it's all ready to go.
And
I know some
that's a
people-
smart way of doing things too,
Right.
Mhm.
If you're going to do it, I would definitely say, combining the two.
I'm sure it saves
Nice
time.
thing about modules is, at least in 3.5, I've looked at the Curse of Strahd book, and I think it does it too. But it's kind of a good thing and kind of a bad thing. They overload you on a lot of information that I feel like you don't need. And some of the stuff they give you, bare minimum, that you feel like you should need.
I have
They
heard
do-
that about some modules, that it's just page after page after page of like description about some fucking farmhouse that you might walk by.
Right.
And the players will never care about.
Right.
Oh yeah, that's Curse of Strahd is a perfect example. Like, it's got, I think, 20, 30 areas, and I've gone through it a couple times. Not like with a fine-tooth comb, like read it from front to back, back to front, all that shit. Just kind of like, oh, let's look at the areas. I don't feel like it gives you like oh, hey, this is how, because some of the 3.5 modules I have, it's like start, middle, end. Now, granted, with Strahd, I've also seen like there's tarot card reading, and that tells you like roughly where you're supposed to go. So it's kind of like, I've talked to my cousin who's run it. I think I've talked to Brett who's ran it or been in it, and then I've looked online, and nobody knows how to run this, I feel like. Because some motherfuckers are like, I run it like they're going through all the areas.
Oh, God.
And it takes like a year to play.
Yeah.
Other motherfuckers are like, it takes 2 to 3 weeks, month tops.
Because they like just hit the story points.
Right, like your tarot cards are basically like... this is here, this is here, this is here, this is here. These are the items you need to defeat Strahd, or the information, stuff like that. And they're in each of these, so the players hit those specific areas. And I remember reading one where there's not a whole lot of, like, there's a couple areas that it's like, oh, hey, there's no combat, it's just, like the farmhouse. Like,
yeah.
Oh, hey, there's an abandoned farmhouse. There's nothing there other than the abandoned farmhouse. And yet, the weapon to kill Strahd is there.
And zombie sheep.
It's like, oh, you... oh, no, it's literally just like... And, so, like, oh, hey, we go there, and we're looking, and we dig a little bit, and there's the almighty weapon to kill Strahd. And why other times some people get, like... The weapon to kill Strahd is actually in the basement of the castle, and there's tons of monsters, and, so it's like a slog fest to get to the weapon. And then Strahd is like in the next room, and they're like, we're barely alive to get the weapon. And Strahd's like, let's go, motherfuckers.
Yeah, 100% ready to kill.
Oh, spoilers, Curse of Strahd. He's the bad guy.
Yeah.
If you didn't already know,
I was
guys,
going to name my character
name.
after the bad guy.
Oh, you're going to be Strahd?
Well, I'm only semi-familiar with the module. Isn't he like a friendly NPC in the beginning of the module, and then it turns out that he's the bad guy? Obviously, the book says Curse of Strahd and has a picture of him benevolently holding some blood-colored liquid. Like, obviously,
evil.
But isn't that how the module goes? That he's just like a friendly NPC?
The way I see it is, from what I've looked, if you play it the way it's supposed to be, I wouldn't really say friendly. He just basically views the party as insects, and like kind of like, here's my power, please, like, come join me for dinner.
Okay.
And like, he'll have dinner, and he's like, oh, what brings you to my land, blah blah blah. And he's like that very charismatic villain that you're just like, I gotta question a few things about myself.
I will immediately become one of his thralls. Let's go.
And it's just, as you continue on and stuff, or if you have, paladins and stuff like that, he'll slowly become like more villainous and shit.
Oh, because they all can sense the evil.
Well, it's not even so much that they can sense the evil. It's more of he starts to view them as a threat.
Okay.
Why, like, in the first part, it's like, oh, hey, you're insects. Like, I could literally go, and your necks just go,
And you probably should.
Fair.
Right here, right now. Well,
Yeah.
while we're level 1.
Actually, I think you're supposed to start off like level 3 or 4.
I just...
Yeah, unless you play the prequel module that goes to it. I forgot what it was called, but yeah.
Yeah, I remember you sent it to me once.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I mean, it's just... I definitely like Homebrew. We are Homebrew group to a T. Just because, we don't really... I don't think we really ever rule lawyered hard.
Not super hard. There are times.
Like, yeah, there's times
only when
where
it
it's just like,
benefited whoever's trying to rule lawyer the thing.
Basically. Like, no, this is how it fucking works.
But, I have known people who, and that's another thing, homebrew versus module. Your homebrew, you can just basically, like, if a rule lawyer pops up, like, fuck off, dude, this is homebrew.
Yeah.
Right.
I've played with some people who are rule lawyer DMs and they have homebrew, and you're just like, really? And it kind of goes back to the Peeposaurus / Yaka.
My name's been changing this whole time.
Like you said earlier, like, oh hey, your player's max stat is 18, mine is 36. Like, I can do whatever the fuck I want.
I think, like, so, at last episode, fucking Drake was talking about the TikToks on YouTube, and I was like, oh, how cute.
Oh, yeah.
I've been watching TikToks on YouTube all the time now, and they're the DM,
Yeah, he's been converted.
the D&D memes, and one of them was just like, the toxic DM, and the guy's like, oh, all your characters have, like, near 20 stats? Well, a meteor, you guys all meet in a tavern, and a meteor comes by and destroys the whole village, killing everybody. And it's like, what do you mean now I need you all to roll new characters, and you have to roll it this way? And it's like, what do you mean?
No!
I told you everything is could happen in this world. Why wouldn't you expect a meteor to come down? And just, like, stupid toxic.
Jesus
I was like,
Christ.
damn.
Wow.
Jesus Christ.
It's like, do you want to have fun? Is this fun for you? I don't understand.
The DM wants to have fun because they want their story their way.
Yeah.
They want to Square Enix that shit and
Yes.
force you down the path.
Yes. That's exactly it. Whereas the characters are a bunch of retarded cats who just want to go wherever they want.
Meow.
I mean, that is one nice thing about a module.
That's
is,
what Monkey
you know,
did. He got the
you
party
can
to kill
just,
Cat.
You know, here's the story. The story's here. Follow the story. Go. So as a DM, that's a real nice thing about a module is like, hey, here's our story. Follow the nice trail.
Yeah.
There's a couple little
Here's-
ones off, but they all come
Here's
back.
the end. Homebrew, you fuckers decide to be
Yeah.
like, you find a note in blood. It says, go to one of these 3 areas. And you fuckers are like, hey, what's this thing on the map? That's a chip from that you just ate, moron. Like, well, I want to go there.
They
Like,
look cool.
It's prophecy. Prophecy. That chip stains prophecy.
yeah. And then, you know, me as a DM is like, oh, what the fuck do I do? Like, there's nothing there.
That's what I remember. I think the first game we played for the last game we played for Pathfinder, and it was just like, oh, we're going after some lost people, and there's an evil bandit group that's been attacking people out this way. And then Monkey was just asked something. He's like, well, what's the other direction? And you're like, just like a mountain and stuff. And he's like, let's go that way.
Yeah.
It's like, I fucking hate you all so much. Oh, so much.
Like, he literally laid it out, and I was just like, I was just playing stupid. I was like, all right, let's go with it.
Yeah. Let's go.
Well,
Let's have fun.
So I was watching. There's a DM, Brennan Lee Mulligan. He does for College Humor. He has a series
You
called
mean used to do for College Humor?
R.I.P. College Humor. It's only been a year. Actually, more than a year. Anyway,
Too soon?
so he had a series called Adventuring Academy, and he was talking about modules. He bought his first module. He was getting ready to run it for his friends. He used graph paper and tracing paper to do all of the maps. He hand did all of this stuff, and the first quest is a sort of bride, and she's being married off to some rich guy because royalty. That's just what happens. And so they did an insight check or whatever, sense of motive, whatever it would be at what he was doing, and the bride was not into it, which, pretty common.
Time for the bard to step in.
So yeah, they kidnapped the bride, this is not in the module. They're supposed to go to the wedding, get information at the wedding, and then go off to do whatever for something or other. But they were like, no, she's not into it. She's being forced into this marriage. We're kidnapping the bride. And
We're gonna save her.
And that's that's the first quest. Like, the first session, the rest of the module is just completely thrown out of the window. And I'm like, I'm never gonna run a module. I will never do it. My friends are assholes.
We will fuck it up.
That's what I'm afraid of a module, because I'm not gonna spend. I will spend money on you guys because I love you so
You
much.
have.
I do spend
Not you
money
will,
on you
you
guys.
have.
Yeah.
Jesus.
I buy a lot of books to get a lot of content. I like content.
All
But-
that old 20 money.
I will feel not so good if I bought a specific module for you guys to run, and then you were like, fuck off, run off some other place. I feel a little bad.
Yeah, see, that's what I'm worried about running Strahd with you fuckers, because you would literally meet Strahd and be like, okay, let's kill the village. Like,
And then
what?
I will side with Strahd.
Wait, that's the evil campaign that we've been
I
trying
think
to
that
do.
would be awesome.
I'm telling you what, I've come to the conclusion, like, the world is trying to tell us, fate, whatever, is trying to tell us we can't run this
Right?
goddamn campaign.
We're doing
I know.
it.
Guys, we have
I'm-
been trying to run an evil campaign for weeks now. And every
my
time
God,
something happens.
Something
I
goes
say we
wrong.
have to start out as a
Like-
good campaign, and then we'll change it.
Right, we got to start off like, hey, we're all adventurers. Evil! Just because I know, like, I think it was like 2 weeks ago, we actually were like, hey, this is actually working. Everything's good.
Yeah.
This, that, and the other.
Half
Let's
an
do
hour in.
this.
Okay.
Half an hour in, and, like, everyone stops moving, and I'm like, huh, okay, I'm still getting sound. This works. And, like, 10 minutes later, because I, like, even mentioned to everyone, I'm
Yeah.
like, hey, y'all are still talking. I'm still hearing you. We're good. And then it was like, someone was talking, it was like, hey.
Oh, yeah.
Like, uh-oh. And, like, I
Oh,
just hopped
no.
on my phone, like, hey, shit went sideways. And, like, I just watched all my LED lights in my computer go from, like, their colors to white. And I went, okay, we're done. Like, my whole computer just froze and is refusing to turn off. And, yeah.
On our end, we were just like, well, we're still recording. So, like, if he's still recording with Audacity, then everything's going to line up still in the same time frame. We'll just cut that big section out where
Yeah.
Zoom's not working. But nope, it was fucked.
We
Yep.
were hopeful
So you know,
for like 10 minutes.
He went AWOL.
we really
Oh,
were.
yeah. I was like, okay, I can work with this. I can make this work.
Yeah.
And it was like, nope. Computer went, fuck you, dude.
But you guys
We
know
ain't
what we did
playing
instead
evil.
afterwards?
Played Valheim?
Played Valheim. We're like, nah, he's not coming back. Let's go play Valheim.
Well, we've been looking for a Valheim type, or you've been looking for a Valheim type game for a while, and then boop,
for
there
a
it
long
is.
time. Yep.
No, I definitely think that, when it comes to modules, and even Strahd, in like the first few pages, is like, this can be a standalone, or incorporate it into your campaign. And I think, that's the way to do it. Is to incorporate it, take some of the ideas. But I mean, even like the way that Strahd is set up is like, you get teleported to this land and you're just like, what the fuck? Where are we? So I could, if I wanted to, when we get Gikram back up and running, could be like, oh, hey, you guys, go to sleep. And you wake up and, what the fuck? Where are we?
You feel a sense of evil wash over your body.
Yeah, and now that we're all basically vaccinated now, that might...
I got my first round. I'm still waiting on second round.
Yeah, I still have to wait my 2 weeks. I've got one more week to go till I'm fully. But yeah, so we're getting there, guys. We're getting there.
Yeah. How are we gonna... We're not gonna be able to record IRL games, or IRL anything.
We might be able to.
I'm not-
can
I mean,
set
if
up
we bring our own
something.
mics, but I mean, I don't know. It still might be because
There's like a lot of overlap.
Yeah.
We'd have to get like the lapel mics.
couldn't we get like a hanging mic or like a boom arm and just set it up and put it over?
We'd have to get like unidirectional microphones because the ones that we all have are omnidirectional and it would pick up everybody else's stuff. Woohoo! Technical things.
Yeah. And I'm totally not lugging my like 30-pound computer with the 3070 over there either.
Yeah, I'm not saying that type shit.
No, this thing is worth. Yeah, at this point, it's probably worth half my damn car.
Yeah, because it's got the thing in it. There's no microchips anymore because they're all in the COVID vaccines. What?
Yeah,
that one.
No, what's the shortage? It's
It's
a video card
it's a chip shortage.
Okay.
It's not just video cards, it's a chip shortage period. Every fucking thing. It's the wafers, they call them wafers. They're those things that they manufacture.
I love wafers.
They're already at 100% capacity to create, and there is a shortage on them because everybody fucking ate them up. And
it's because they're in the vaccines, guys.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
Stay woke.
That's how they
stay woke.
That's a joke. No, nobody feels that way. We're not dumb.
No, guys,
I do feel that way. And I'm going to blow up my Facebook with it and argue with people over stupid stuff and be like, yeah, well, the sky is blue and you can't prove me wrong on that one, so fuck you. And just stupid reasons why I believe what I believe.
I mean, you can look at the sky in the morning during sunrise. It's not very blue. It's very orange and pink.
And this is why I won't run modules with you people!
Like, I feel like the one-shots we run where they're just random, those are perfect for us. Because they're random.
Yeah. Speaking of one-shots, we put up our one-shot today, You Awaken in a Strange Place, or You Awaken in the Taffy Mines, or whatever we call it. What do we call it?
I believe it is A Strange Place in the Taffy Mines.
Okay.
I believe that is what I named it.
That
A Strange
was
Place in the Taffy Mines.
Fun.
Oh my god. Yeah, Drake, you need to listen to it. Holy shit.
You need to
Is that
run
the one you
You
did with the Frenchie?
It's so good.
Honestly, the first 40 minutes of it is just us being fucking stupid, and it works so well.
It's good.
So well.
That's the point, though. You're supposed to be stupid in the first 40 minutes, so the rest of it could follow suit.
Both sets of cheeks hurt at the end of that night, man. It was just...
absolutely.
Now what?
Him and his baguette.
I mean, that wouldn't be considered it's not a module. It's a self-encased RPG, or it's a
one-shot?
No, but you know what
besides
I mean.
calling it like an organized one-shot, I don't know if I'd call it a module.
Like an
improvised
RPG? Because it's not a module, but it's kind of homebrew, but it's following the rules.
Is that
You Awaken in a Strange Place? I do have it linked under the post on our website, busyadults.com. So if you're interested in playing it, it's there.
I would say that's homebrew. Like,
pretty fucking homebrew.
It's a D&D set or offshoot. I will say, like, even though I've kind of been bashing modules this whole time.
No, you haven't.
Kinda. But at the same time, like, it helps with your fucking wandering bastards.
Yeah.
Does it really railroad that much? Because if, as a DM,
to an extent,
modules.
To be creative.
Modules are super.
Yeah,
modules are super railroad.
It depends on the module too. Like Curse of Strahd, but it does have a lot of side missions that all kind of come back together into the one.
Well, I'm just saying, like, aren't you supposed to create anyway, even if they don't go straight with the module?
Not on modules. Modules.
Well,
even Curse of Strahd, like, I won't say it railroads, but all paths lead back to one spot. So
and Yaka, I see what you're talking about as far as, like, well, don't you have to make something up to get them back on the tracks? It depends on what the fuck the players did. Like, if the main thing is this person needs to stay alive until the end and you murder him at the beginning, there's no salvaging that.
Revivify.
Well, okay, yes, revivify, unless they fucking burn the corpse into little tiny micro pieces and
you go off into the woods and you kill a bunch of boars for 2 experience points until you level up to 220, and you cast reincarnate or some shit.
There you go.
Oh my
Hey,
god.
reincarnate's like a level 3 spell. You don't need to do
Well,
that much.
we gotta have commitment
You know
to
what I
this,
mean?
okay?
That's right.
Well, that's why I said wish.
We need
Level
South
20.
Park
Yes.
commitment, damn it.
Yeah, and wish is not a goddamn cantrip.
But it might be.
Don't ever give him a wizard to play.
Only if you run a game, then Wish will be a cantrip.
That would be like 2-3 hours of just shenanigans. I cast this as wish, or I'm like, do this wish, this wish, this wish, this wish.
But I mean, even
And-
using Wish without being ridiculous, just using what is in the confines of Wish, is fucking dope. Like you
Yeah.
get like I think you get like back like a level 9 spell or something, or a whole bunch of smaller level spells. You, can get like a shit ton of money.
You get to cast any 8th and under spell with Wish. Doesn't
Dude.
matter what it is.
What if?
Oh,
Boy.
boy.
Hear
comes
me
real
out.
homebrew.
What
What
if?
if? You're fighting a bunch of fucking goblins. They work for some
Okay.
badass BBEG. And
Yeah.
one of the bastards pulls out a scroll from the BBEG with Wish on it, and Wish is the instant death of a player. What about it? That's practically a cantrip.
That's not.
To
No.
use a
That's a
level
scroll.
9 scroll spell, you have to have don't you have to make an intelligence check or
Yeah.
But still.
you have to make an intelligence check of 10
Goblins don't have
plus the
intelligence.
10 plus the
Spell level,
spell's
I think.
level.
Yeah, I think so.
I might
or 8
be
plus
wrong.
the spell level.
But
Something
It's
plus the
usually
spell
8 plus
level.
spell
What
level
if they did that?
plus
Because
proficiency.
yeah,
You could
because
scroll the fuck
5th
out of
edition
it.
doesn't believe in 10. It
And
believes in 8.
I'm
Yeah.
the DM.
8's plus
I am
proficiency.
the Bank of
usually.
America. I got the money.
I am the Bank of America.
Well, if they make
But-
that check, then sure, it
Right.
happens.
Yeah.
Roll a new character.
What
Was
happens
that
is,
fun?
like,
When all your player characters quit because you're just
Don't.
wishing them to die.
I mean, at that point, I would almost want to see the goblin fail epically. Like, roll that one.
And then
Oh,
the
God.
and then
Just
the
be like,
wish just like whoop.
Kills
The wish
him.
is like, goes. Like, I would seriously, as a DM, I'd be like, okay, you see this goblin, and it starts reading, and I'd make, like, the spellcasters, or whoever has arcane, I'd be like, yeah, make an arcana check. Be like, you realize halfway through that this fucker is casting wish. And if they made, like, a super well, you'd be like, but you realize at the end he fucked something up, and you watch the spell shoots out, gets right in front of your face, and then blows back and just blows the head off the goblin or something.
Oh,
Just
God.
like some gruesome death. It's just like, ooh,
Yep.
boom. Be like, yeah, he rolled a nat
Metal.
one.
Metal as fuck.
And that was your first session.
Yeah.
And now, if you want, we do have 2 working bathrooms at this house now, so you each can take turns on, cleaning up your own underpants. 'Cause you shit yourselves. Because this goblin just fucking, cast wish, and now I've set a tone for the
Yeah.
whole campaign. Have
Run.
fun.
Yeah. Always have counterspell up. Always have counterspell up.
Always.
And always have that
Counterspell's
ninth
a
level
3rd
slot.
level, so you don't
Yeah.
get that till like level 5 or some shit.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
but
can't
I
remember.
mean, you would
I've
want to
only
keep
played
your
a
level
wizard a
9
handful
slot
of
for
times.
that counterspell for Wish. Because then you got to
Yeah.
roll for it.
God, whatever.
Yeah.
I wish I can remember what the meme where I saw it, but it was basically like every wizard, sorcerer, warlock, and bard when they hit level 5. And it shows that, like, this person out in the middle of nowhere, it's all cartoony, and it's just like, well, time to test the nuke. And it's a reference to Fireball.
Yep. Yep.
Because it's like, yeah, level 5, like, guess what I can do?
Yep.
Now everybody's a Super
mean-
Saiyan.
You mean you pick Skyrite instead of Fireball? Oh my god, so do I.
I will say Fireball is one of the only super offensive spells I have for my evil wizard.
Hmm.
Everything else is utility. Like everything. I got Fireball.
Fireball is that spell that, like, everyone picks.
And you have to. You
Yeah.
have to.
It's a good crowd
If
control
you don't pick
spell.
it, you're not a wizard.
Like,
Mhm.
and you're just like, oh, is that your cart and horses over there? And you're starting to be a dick? But dink!
Right.
Boom.
Help me fuck up those 3 ogres real quick.
Yeah,
It's
you did pretty
it's
good.
a good spell.
Another good one that I saw was the bluebird and crow meme, where like the bluebird says something and the crow
yeah.
over talks, and it's like,
Fireball! I catch fireball!
and the bluebird's like, I picked a warlock. And the crow's like, besides Eldritch Blast, what did you pick?
And then it's like, oh.
The bluebird's just like, I didn't pick Eldritch Blast. Like, fuck that, that's an overrated spell. And the crow's like, no, seriously, why don't you have Eldritch Blast? And it's just like a support warlock, and it's like, this is the worst character ever.
Oh, God.
Like,
Why did you,
2 spells that are support.
as a warlock, why did you sell your
And-
soul to the patron? Eldritch Blast.
Yeah,
Yep.
not wrong.
Not wrong at all.
It's really
I sold it because I want Eldritch Blast and
Those
the thing that lets me add my charisma to damage,
good.
so I can
Those
go.
invocations are sick.
They are.
Invocations are great.
They are. They're super.
That's
nice.
what makes a warlock a very like a good
Yeah.
a good caster is those invocations. Now if
Lots
I
of
multi-class
customization.
with sorcerer, then I can get sorcery points too.
Oh, God.
Sorcery points, so good.
Or
It's like that,
just level up that warlock so that they can cast wish or get a hold of a wish scroll or whatever, and be like, hey, yeah, I want to be a warlock that maintains all my warlock abilities, but I also want to be able to have the spell capabilities of like a wizard. I can't remember. I think it was Dungeon Dudes said that they played in a campaign where someone worded it perfect that the DM just was like,
I can't.
existential crisis.
Can't
like,
get out of this.
yeah,
fuck
and it's
it up.
literally like, okay, roll to make sure, like, if you can cast Wish again. And the way that they had, like, 2 or 3 wishes in a row where it's like, oh, hey, the Warlock maintains its abilities, but it has the spell list of a wizard sorcery points. And it's just like,
damn.
okay, awesome. We have a Warlock that has all the benefits of a wizard, a sorcerer, and a bard.
Yep.
Oh, but they have all their... And they can cast as many spells as these fuckers. Oh, and by the way, they get all their spells back on short rest.
Coffee lock.
Like, oh, we just put a nuke and went, run around.
Yeah.
Enjoy.
I would have asked for a Snickers, but I mean, hey, some people.
That's because your luck is not up to their standard.
You're lucky you wouldn't get a Snickers. You get a Milky Way.
I'm like, fuck, I'll take it.
Size Milky Way. Thanks for listening to the Busy Adults Podcast. You can find us on Spotify, YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, and pretty much everywhere else on the internet. Make sure to like, rate, review, and subscribe to wherever you listen to Busy Adults. That's BUSYADDULTS. Now, back to the show.
Back to a little bit on topic. Another thing I meant to say was, I know some people, they like modules, especially because, like, 5th edition is, the first few modules have been super, Neverwinter.
Oh, yeah.
That set in the Lost Coast, heavy. Some people just like the settings. Like, people will be like, hey, I like, the sessions, so I'm gonna just, run these because I love Neverwinter. I like the Sword Coast. I get it. Like, that's a legit reason right there. Like, I'm not gonna lie. I would love to run some of these because, you got, like, I'm an old school gamer. I got into D&D because of Baldur's Gate. So Baldur's Gate, Waterdeep, all those different cities. Yeah. And I mean, some of them just look cool. Like, don't get me wrong. Dragon Heist looks cool.
Yeah.
Horde of the Dragon Queen looks cool, but I'm also a dragon fanatic. So yeah, I mean, some of them I have, like, no desire to play. But others, like, I've heard Descent into Avernus is amazing. Like, my one cousin in New York is like, Strahd is probably the best, but Descent into Avernus is, like, right there. Like, if Strahd is 1, Descent into Avernus is 1A.
Oh. Yeah, I feel like I'm missing out on, like, a little bit of D&D lore by not having played or read any of the modules, because there's a lot of, like,
There's a
big
lot.
names that keep coming back. Like, I actually bought the audiobook, The Legend of Drizzt.
Oh, yeah.
Drizzt Do'Urden.
Is it? Oh my god.
And the audiobook is great. I played a little bit for you guys because Law and Order SVU actor Ice-T does...
What?
Yes. He reads a full story in that book, and it's like half an hour, 40 minutes long, his section. So he's just saying, like, random elf, drow, drizzt, like, he's saying all of the things, and I'm like, Ice-T, who got you to do this?
Yeah, Ice-T out of fucking nowhere is talking about medieval fantasy names and D&D lore and shit. It's the weirdest thing to hear.
I can understand Sean Astin, who plays, Samwise in The Lord of the Rings.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
I can understand Tom Felton, who plays Draco Malfoy in Harry Potter. But Ice-T, he did a great job. He probably had a little bit of coaching on the pronunciations of some of the words. But I don't know any of that stuff because I don't know any of the D&D lore, and I'm sure they stuff a whole bunch of that in the modules.
There is... Oh, yeah, there's some...
Who gives a fuck? D&D's
Those are
for
just
nerds.
great books.
Yes! Decidedly so.
I have a lot of the Drizzt books, and I'll tell you what, man. Like, I went on a binge when I first... Because, like, playing D&D's... Because Drizzt came out, 2nd edition, I think, 2.5, somewhere was when he was created by R.A. Salvatore.
Yes.
And, so I was early, my early D&D days. And people, especially my neighbor and his older brother, were like, "Oh my god, Drizzt!" And I'm like, "Okay, cool." Like, I wasn't super D&D nerdy. And then as I got on, I'm like, "Man, I need to get these books." But I was high school and didn't have a job and didn't have extra income. Got my first job. Was talking with people, and they were like, "You want to be a better DM?" And they're like, "You're not doing bad, but do you want to get some stuff down and just this, that?" I'm like, "Yeah, sure."
Sell your
like,
soul to Tiamat.
Okay. They're like, "We're going to give you a list of books that you have to go out and buy and read." And I'm like, "Okay." Now, mind you, these fuckers gave me a list and were like, "You don't have to go out and buy them right away. Just, buy a set here, buy a set there. Read them when you have a chance." What'd my dumbass do? Just out of high school, first job, making like $10 an hour. And this was back in 2003. So $10 an hour was actually like double minimum wage.
Fuck yeah,
like,
dude.
it was
I think I was
money.
making 6 at the time.
Yeah, I was making some bank at the time. Working tons of overtime. Surprise, surprise, I've always been an overtime whore. Dragonlance.
Yep. I know a lot of people who are clamoring for that right now.
Lord of the Rings. Of course.
Yeah.
I will say, have any of you read the Lord of the Rings books?
No.
I just
They made a
I just
movie.
bought The Fellowship.
I don't need
I just
to.
bought The Fellowship on Audible, and that's
Okay.
where I got that Drizzt for the same reason why you got told to buy them. I want to be a better DM, so I'm getting more fantasy books. I got that, and then I got the first book of the Witcher series. So
Okay.
Ooh, I want to get into that.
the last song, the last something. It's called The Last Something, but it's the first book. I
will say
know.
this. I read The Hobbit before I saw the Lord of the Rings movies. Uncle was like, "Hey, are you into fantasy books? Or I might have seen the first Lord of the Rings movie when it came out, and my uncle heard and was like, "Oh, hey, read The Hobbit and then read the books." I'm like, "Okay, cool." Lord of the Rings books are hard.
Yeah, if you buy the cover, that's hardcover.
No,
It- It reads like a
Tolkien-
textbook, I hear.
Some of it does. Like, Tolkien will get on a fucking tangent about, like, "Hi, this is Drake, son of," and then name off my parents, who they are, what they've done, and then who's their parent. Like, he goes 2-3 generations back, and you're like,
like full lore. Like, you're gonna know everything.
And then you find out, oh, I was in the Prancing Pony. Wait, that's where we were. Okay, let's go.
yeah, like, and you're just like,
It's like
"Holy
Moby
fuck."
Dick.
And, like, I'm not gonna lie, man. I had I think I read 2-3 chapters into Return of the King, and I had to stop because I got burned out from The Fellowship and The Two Towers. Don't get me wrong, they're great, but holy fuck, like I was just, and you know, you go back and like Tom Bombadil is a very well-loved character in Lord of the Rings. He's not even in the book, in the movies.
Yeah.
So you're kind of like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
But, you know, Drizzt was a book series I was told to buy, Dragonlance, and then Lord of the Rings. Bought Dragonlance, went on, like, and this is what I do. I get into a book series, and I will burn through that till I get burned out.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Like, the Drizzt books, I think I read the first 8 or 9, plus the 5 book. There's 2 dwarf characters that in the series, they're kind of like a pass-in. They might be in like a couple chapters and then that's it.
Yeah.
And I think maybe one comes back here and there, but they were such huge fan favorites that R.A. Salvatore made a book series of 5 books, and it's like, I have the compendium, so it's like that fucking thick. And it's just a great book series, but you know, I had friends that were like, oh, you need to buy this because it explains these characters. And I'm like, okay, there must be these characters, like I said, are in a chapter.
Yeah.
In the actual series. And I'm like, this had no bearing. And they're like, well, didn't you like it? I'm like, yeah, but I kept being like, when is this gonna... And they're like, oh, well, it doesn't. I'm like, okay. But yeah, Drizzt is definitely... And, you know, they help. So, again, you know, I can see how, like, if you're a module fan and you just love the Sword Coast, like, yeah, I would definitely want to get... You know, the modules that are Descent into Avernus, Saltmarsh, stuff, so it's like you can immerse yourself in that. But at the same point, there's a part of me that's homebrew and go, so why can't I just fucking, you know, use some of these, like, oh, Waterdeep has this bar and it's kept by this person. Why not, you know, just move them? I guess I'm just a homebrew person because I like to let the creativity go. I like to let you guys, for the most part, go off and do your crazy adventure and shit. And I just feel like modules, at least for me, kind of, you know, you can still do your creativity, but not as much. That's my opinion.
I can probably agree because I've never run a module.
I feel like someone would be like, for me and Monkey, like a module would be a good first step, just because like we didn't do studying to be a DM. We didn't go to DM college or some shit like that. Like we need some,
just like me and Drake. We went to DM college together. That's how we met.
I mean, Drake basically.
don't fucking lie to me. I know your secrets. It's like the
went to
Illuminati. Whoever's in the Illuminati becomes president. Like shit. But like I feel like
we gotta take out Yaka. He knows too much, Ray.
That gives too much away.
He knows too much and he's told a secret.
Red dot. There's no windows in this room.
Yaka, I need you to move like 3 inches to the right.
Yeah.
Why do I have a red light in my eye? Just sit right there first. Okay, problem solved.
Well, yeah, I agree.
Monkey's just sitting there like,
I won't say damn.
No, I agree. Modules are great for like a weekend DM, a busy adult DM. Hey, I just want to get together with my friends, run some shit that I don't need to think about.
Yeah.
Everything's here in this book. Might have to print out a couple of sheets here and there, but it's all done for me. That's I'm sure one of the main reasons why people continue to do modules.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, a lot of the modules that are out now, if I were to buy them, I'm looking at the cover art.
Oh yeah,
that's gonna sell me. Icewind Dale, I want because of that fucking Frost Maiden.
Don't get me started.
Thing.
I tried to buy the alternative print-proof covers of some of those books.
I know. I remember.
God, I wanted those so bad. At least one to frame and just have. Because that's my shit. I'm a designer. I do that shit.
It's beautiful.
Oh my god. Yeah.
Well, I got the Candlekeep Mysteries. I bought that because it was new, and I was like, I'll see what happens.
Is that a module, or is that...
It's like short story adventure modules.
There are a handful of small adventure modules in that.
Well, I just didn't know because I thought maybe it was.
They're like
it's
a few sessions.
Semi-supplemental as well.
Okay,
Yeah.
yeah I see it because I'm on Amazon just looking at all the different ones right now.
Yeah.
And that's one of them. I thought that was just like kind of a
like a Tasha's or something.
Yeah.
Oh,
It
yeah.
has some of that, but then it also does have a few adventures in it. And is there a
Okay.
difference? Is there a difference between an adventure and a module? Like, what's... I don't understand. Help me out.
Just from looking at this, I would say Candlekeep seems like it's more like one shots.
Yeah. Yeah, they're very like couple sessions long. That's it.
Yeah, I was gonna say it says an anthology of 17 mystery themed adventures. Why modules seem like it's around one certain thing.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So
I am interested in Icewind Dale though, just because of the setting and even like the snowy survival aspect of it.
yeah, I've heard that is like some people that when I've seen it be mentioned on different sites and Facebook groups, like people are saying like, hey, you know, Strahd gets a lot of the, oh my god, this is the hardest ever. This is actually up there if you play the survival things. So.
Yeah. Yeah, because a lot of people don't think about it. I know our group barely thinks about the survival shit.
Hell no. Encumbrance is just a word that somebody made up.
Right. I'm not even talking encumbrance. I'm talking about like weather conditions and things like that. Like once in a
Yeah.
blue moon, we'll have to deal with like a heavy fucking rain, but we never deal with snow or cold conditions at all.
Unless
Too
there's
hot.
unless there's a druid who casts druidcraft every day for us to see what the weather is. I don't give a
Yeah.
shit about the weather.
Exactly. So yeah, like I said, it'd be interesting to do. But yeah, we're not people that actually.
It would
go
definitely
into it.
make everything harder in my head.
Yeah.
Because like you got to prepare for everything, and so you're gonna. It could make something
Yep.
a really easy dungeon run be very difficult.
Right, or just traveling to a location.
Yeah,
Are we gonna die on the way?
right. Like
So-
some bird characters who shoot wizards 3 times before they reach the next destination. You know, random shit
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah, after crossing a desert for
Yeah.
weeks too.
So
Yep.
much sand.
So much sand.
Sand
But yeah, I
everywhere.
mean, we didn't have to deal with any of the heat aspects for that. Really,
Bullshit.
the water.
Well, that's because you have a wizard that
what?
casts prestidigitation on your ass anytime.
it helped.
Bad.
Yep, it helped.
Yeah, but you know, like Tiaka's point, if I wanted to, I could have made
Oh,
that
yeah.
a lot more difficult and like make Constitution saving throws. I need this. Like, how are you doing? And
But we have beginners in our group. I still
We have
count the
two
girls as
beginners.
beginners because
Yes.
they're murder hobos.
Oh gosh,
they're-
yes, they
that's
are.
that's the aspect of the game that they focus
Well,
on.
that's why they're a
Yeah.
barbarian in a robe. They get to stab stuff.
Yes.
Yeah.
I know my wife is going more towards a little bit more RP, but she's still definitely murder hobo centric.
I love the interaction between her and the barbarians. That was fun.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was real
Yeah.
good. Yes, I was very proud. I'd be trying to push the RP
She's
some more
good.
because you have to push it from within the party. But
Yes.
she looks like she would have fun. Well,
She does enjoy it.
so I was thinking about this, and technically, the girls' first like RPG game wasn't the game of Pathfinder with you guys. It was the Murder Mystery Tea Party that I threw for them.
Yep.
I forgot you did that.
Oh, dude, trust me, I haven't. Candace
you were-
wants this whole shit to be over with because she wants to go back
Yeah.
to in person
Yeah.
for all the reasons we've talked about in previous episodes, but also because she wants Ray to throw another tea party.
Oh, really? All right.
And I'm like,
It was
"You
a
realize that was
it was a murder mystery beauty pageant tea party, and we all had our states that we were from, and I think I assigned a killer, and they knew that they didn't know that they were the killer until the very end, and it's all just RP. That's it. What the entire tea party was. They were just RPing. They had a little card of like, this is their favorite food. This is a catchphrase that they use. This is blah blah blah. So that was their first role-playing game that they played, and they didn't even know it.
Yeah.
I always thought like our first game after this whole pandemic shouldn't be D&D. Didn't start off really heavy. Is like do a game of Munchkin because we had a shit ton of fun with that.
God.
And it's super
Munchkin.
simple.
I think we need to hang out before we start playing D&D
Yeah,
IRL
for real.
again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We just need to have like
As much
a
as we
cart-
I
love
love
it
D&D,
and talk about it.
but yeah,
we need a just a game night when we all like in May when we all need to when we all can get back together. We got to have a night of like just Munchkin, Bears versus Babies.
Yeah.
Just all different types of card games, and we can finish it off with fucking Cards Against Humanity.
Yeah.
'Cause, we're all a
That's
bunch
a
of depraved
classic.
fuckers.
I'm getting drunk that night for damn
Well, I feel
sure.
I feel like we're all getting drunk.
I
that
feel like
night.
for our next episode, we should probably do like some D&D recipes for parties when we get back together from after all this shit.
I actually have the
Yeah, you've
D&D
got the-
You got the
Yeah.
book? Oh yeah, baby.
Yep.
I got the cookbook. Oh yeah. Like I told Candace, and she's like, "What the fuck are you?" And I'm like, "When it comes, just look." And she's looked through, and she's like, "You know what?" And I'm like, "Yeah, some of these
Yeah.
are good."
Yeah, they
Yeah.
do.
Yeah, they don't bullshit you.
Yeah.
It's not like, oh, this is just some silly bullshit to
No.
try. Haha. No, they're actually like good ass
Those
food.
recipes look badass.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think the only ones I'm really not a fan of are the elf shit because it's sadly they went like
Hoity
the
toity.
frou vegan elf instead of like oh hey
Like a
we're
hardy
elves,
wood
so-
elf.
Like they
Yeah,
went
they
high
didn't-
elf.
Yeah, they went high elf like
Them
high
must
high
right.
elf instead of actually they have something similar to it in that and I definitely want to try that but like the dwarf stuff is good the halfling stuff is like the one that I'm
Oh,
like yep
yeah.
this is
Yeah,
what I
everyone
am
wants
like
to do
when it comes to
halfling.
food I'm a fucking halfling
Hell yeah.
like
Yep.
a lot of meat a lot of potatoes a lot of veggies so
Yeah.
like stews and shit I'm like yep I'm a fucking halfling
Martha
Do it to you when it
Togold
comes
sticky
to
buns. I'll tell you what.
I'm addicted to those things.
Oh,
I'm,
yeah.
I'm gonna say, Yaka, the little battle that's been going on in your name has been fantastic.
just
I've been watching it. I'm like, yeah,
Yeah.
I like it.
just Yaka's name, this whole thing has just changed. Like it started all dirty and sexual. Now it's like Kirby's fighting each other. So, like this is cool.
It's so great.
I had to revert to the dancing Kirby's. That's just like peak internet.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Oh.
one of the dancing Kirby's killed the other
Yeah.
one.
Yeah, this happens.
I mean, yeah, he lost an eye and now he's dead. He bled out.
Yeah, he bled out. He's gone.
This is
Goodbye.
a real good bit for radio.
I mean, of course it is. They can see everything, right?
Every-
Now that
I'm
they
just
have
gonna
those,
cut this
didn't we
whole
now
talk
that they have
thing
those
out.
microchips in.
Yeah. We're all synced up now, so they can see it.
Yep.
I got to get my second dosage of it, but yeah.
Yeah, you're
Team
s-
Pfizer, what?
Oh gosh.
Oh, I'm.
Is this gonna be like the fucking Pokemon like Moltres, Zapdos bullshit? It's like, man, I got the Pfizer, man, Moderna crew for life.
I literally
And
had a
then you
cousin
got J&J.
as I was scrolling through.
That's me.
No.
That's me. I'm J&J sitting over here.
Oh no.
Derpy in the corner.
Literally had a cousin that I was scrolling through Facebook just a couple minutes ago. They were they posted when the Moderna squad meets up with the
With the Pfizer,
Pfizer
squad.
squad,
Yeah, I
and
saw
it's like
that.
finger snapping and intensifying.
It's just West Side Story all over again.
Yeah.
Oh, I love it.
So, final thoughts on modules and homebrew. Let's start with Monkey.
I know it was gonna be.
Yes.
It's definitely going to be.
God damn it.
That's okay.
Yeah.
You're next.
But yeah, no. Modules definitely have their place. Like I said, I'd love to be in, not run. I do not ever want to be a DM. But I would like to be in like an Icewind Dale or Curse of Strahd if we were ever to do those. Besides that, homebrew all day long. Homebrew, because as a player, I just want to fuck around. Like, yeah, I want to do the story, obviously. I want to advance my character. I want my character to have, like, their story within the overarching story. But at the same time, I just want to fuck around. So modules don't really let me do that. Excuse me. And yeah, I don't know. I like the aspects of the modules as far as like you have this overall theme and it's already created, ready to go. And there's a shit ton of lore, like Drake was saying with Curse of Strahd, that I'd be super interested in. Luckily, we're getting that new book sometime this year. I forgot what it was called.
Van
Oh
Richten?
yeah, this.
Yeah, yep, that one. So that'll definitely help with the theme and adding like vampires, werewolves, and shit like that as playable races. So yeah, I like modules to an extent. I love homebrew all the time. That's where I'm at.
That's very nice. Yeah, Aka.
Yep, just grit your teeth.
Yep. No, I think
Just bear down, bear down, push.
I think modules are probably pretty good for beginner DMs. Like if me or Monkey wanted to get into it, but if it was like,
No.
do you want me to choose one or the other? It's definitely homebrew because you don't get shit. Like you can't just go and do shit. Like I love our dynamic between our rogue and our warlock in our campaign so much. And I feel like if it's more railroady, you can't just do crazy shit like we've been doing. Like now the rogue's off doing his own thing because go ahead and fucking homebrew that. But it's all the okay with the DM, right, Ray?
God.
It's fine. I'm fine.
Yeah.
Everything is fine.
And the rest of us in the group have no idea what the fuck is going on.
I'm looking for. I want to have
the
another
rogue.
one, by the way. We need to hook up.
Oh yeah. Okay, I got you.
Yeah.
I think he was talking about like how.
Oh, I know the
Leah
campaign.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know the
Oh,
campaign.
yeah.
I just don't know anything about
Yeah.
what's going on in it. I know we get a care package.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah, you do.
I'll let Drake go last because he has the most concise answers and he has actual experience.
And a mustache.
And I mean, I'm girl fine. I haven't asked in a while. Yeah.
Going with that mustache, soul patch,
Hey,
goatee combo.
she's got that
with long
teenage
hair,
boy.
so-
It's puberty. Mustache going on.
or as I call it, my 20s.
Most of your 20s and a little bit of your
Yeah.
30s.
Yup. The facial hair just started at 35.
Baby face.
I love the idea of a module. I know it works for some people. Probably won't work for me because I like to customize things and I like character growth and I like people doing their own thing, and I'm sure you can grow as a character in a module from session 1 to session 10, but the story is already made without you or without the characters being a part of it. You're just plopped in the middle. Nothing is customized to the characters, and it might just feel a little bit more difficult for you to want to RP or to grow as a character if the world isn't for you, because the world is for anybody in any character. I just like the idea of throwing a little something to my players because of something that they like. Like a random kid who wants to learn how to blacksmith, and a paladin who wants to learn how to blacksmith, coming together, making nails.
And
Doesn't help the
love.
story.
Oh, wait. He's not a Catholic
No,
paladin.
Nope. Nope.
But those two together, that has nothing to do with the story. That's never going to be a piece in the module of there's a kid trying his darndest how to blacksmith. Because they don't know that there's a paladin who wants to learn more about Moradin. That's what I like about Homebrew.
Sparkles rain. Drop the buckets. Deadpool style.
Deadpool style. God.
But modules are fine too, you know.
So, my turn?
Yeah.
Get it, baby.
Okay. Modules have their place. Plain and simple. It's like, they've all touched on this, so... You know, they're good for newbies. They're good for busy adults when, you know, you've got 60, 70 hours a week that you're just at work and you don't have time. they have their place. I love the cover art. I love some of the lore. I just like reading some of the stuff. Because some of the stuff is cool. They give you different ideas. You can incorporate them into your own campaign.
Yeah.
But like Rhea touched on, you're kind of stuck in, if you're a DM, you can bend it to your own, make it. You can add that little kid who wants to become a blacksmith with the paladin who wants to learn more about a certain god. It works. They're not set up for that. So most DMs, I feel, aren't going to do that. What I like is, with Homebrew, you can go your own ways. They're not designed for, like, oh, hey, modules, there's an end goal that you need to, kind of get your characters to go. Our Homebrew sessions, you fuckers are hard as hell to get to go to an ending. Like I said in other episodes, I have the end of a campaign pretty much designed in my head when I start one. That last campaign with you fuckers, I was really wondering if there was times I was thinking Yako was going to be like, he's going to sell this party out or convert this party to this goddess and she's going to take over and I'm going to have to go, what the actual fuck?
God damn it, did my cleric try hard.
Yeah, right. And thank God for that damn cleric because she kept that party going towards the end goal.
Oh my god.
I'm still surprised my character was able to get out of that succubus little shit.
God,
that was
great,
crazy.
though, it's like, oh, hey.
That was good.
Like, hey, you need to roll above a 3. And, like, the 3 or 4 times you had to roll above a 3, 2s and 1s. I'm like,
yeah.
Oh, this is just
every
fate
time
going,
I fought the fucking succubus. I'm like, oh, I got this. I'm going to kick her ass. Let's go. Oh, I'm under her control again.
That was rough.
But Homebrew, and to touch and go a little more on Ray's comment, I don't feel like you get that crazy character development. Like, let's say, like, yeah, oh, I'm a paladin and this, that, and the other in a module. I don't feel like there's that thing that's going to, like, really break a paladin's or really test their faith or stuff like that. As in a Homebrew,
Yeah.
You could be a paladin and you could come up to me after a while and be like, hey, I'm not really feeling this paladin. Can we talk about this and this, that, and the other? And be like, okay, give me some of your backstory. Give me, like, we could work on something and I could throw something like, hey, a loved one was, brutally murdered and it just kind of snapped you, or, an NPC you guys have been really close with has been injured or slain, or, you did everything right. My favorite meme of all time is the one of Picard from Star Trek The Next Generation. And it's like, you can do everything right. You can be in the right place at the right time, try your hardest, and still fail. That doesn't make you a failure. That's life. Every time I see that meme, I share it. Because it's life to a T, and it's, I love my raunchy memes. I love my funny memes. That is like a life meme. Like, you're not a failure. You tried your hardest. You were where you needed to be. It just sometimes doesn't work out in your favor. That's how things go. I feel like you can't get that character development, or, if you can, it's in passing, and it's not like that role play, like, the Homebrew you can carry. Right. Homebrew, I can, sit with the players or talk to you guys on Messenger and be like, hey, what are you guys feeling? What is this character? What are you feeling? This, that, and the other. I can get in your character's head. I can do backstory so I can make part of the world. And also, that's another thing. Modules you don't need, because I feel like they're not... Most people that run them that I've talked to, they're kind of their own adventure. Yeah, you might have a little bit of a backstory, but it's not in depth as like a Homebrew where, this is my life, this is this, this is this, this is this, and then it builds, and then you can get that moment where, oh, hey, your resolve is tested, or, hey, I'm kind of getting burned down on this character, can I make a new one, or can I, this, that, and the other, and I can hit you with something and make you go, yeah, I want to go a different route, or I want to multi-class, or... I was almost burned out on this character, but this just makes it that much more interesting. Mm. They each have their own. Modules are so much fucking easier.
That's for sure.
Ray and I can attest to this, that, sometimes this Homebrew shit, you're just like, okay, what am I gonna do? Like,
And
you
you're
put in all
constantly
that
making
work.
shit up on the fly too.
You're making like some of my best campaigns. I feel is like I just have bullet points. Like, here's what I want to touch, and then you guys come in and you're like, okay, we'll hit bullet point 1. Fuck the rest, and I'm like, oh, okay, time to improvise and just yeah. I mean, so as a busy adult, modules are definitely a plus.
Yeah,
but I like to put that stress and all that on me. So
Same.
It's so worth it. It's so worth it. It's wonderful to be on the receiving end of like this creativity that you make. It really is. Like, I did not expect some of my stories to go the way they were, and then you laid it out, and I was like, oh shit.
But yeah, so that's all I got, folks, and I think that is tonight's episode. Unless these other 3 have anything else. Nope, they're giving me the snow signs. Nope, that's our tonight's episode. Comment on the video. Comment in on our Facebook, our Instagram, our Twitter. What is your things? Do you like homebrew? Do you like modules? What do you like about both? What don't you like about them?
What do you like in your muffins? Like anything.
Muffin button.
Muffin button?
Muffin button.
Yeah. And if you guys have any questions for the resident DMs here, hit them up on Facebook and Twitter.
Yeah, I did see that Ray did post a...
Yep, I think I'm going to try to do a Sunday Ask a DM Sunday. We have a little bit of experience in 5e and then additional with 3.5 Pathfinder 2e.
Yeah,
I wouldn't really railroad it or keep it in those. I would just be like, hey, if you're a DM, a GM, whatever you call it, you're a dungeon master, a game master. What are some of the things you want? What are some of the things you struggle in? What do you succeed in? Like, I've played with some people who are DMs that are amazing on the role play. They do that Tolkien-esque thing where they will give you the lore on any fucking character you want, but you tell them, like, hey, I want to do combat, and you hit. Well, how did I do? Did I hit hard? Did I hit? You hit.
Yeah.
You're like... And then I got others, DMs, that, you talk about combat, and they're like, your blade zips in, you twirl, and it's all, like, the combat, they'd make that movie, video game, whatever, that you're just like, oh my god, and they're like, and then, ching, ching, and you're like, oh my god, this is amazing. And then there's a crippled old lady at the bar, and, hi, how are you? What can I get you?
Yeah, just plain. Yeah.
Like, oh my god. You have this thing and you create this wonderful scene and you just want to be like a murder hobo because you're like, I go up and I punch the guy next to me. Why? Because I want to hear how this goes. Like, you are, like, they almost force you into being that murder hobo because you're just like, you're a wordsmith with the combat, and then others, and then you got some that kind of mix it in and they're decent at both. And
yeah.
So yeah, hit us up on our socials. We'll be glad to talk to you. We'll be glad to talk to anybody, honestly.
Yeah, I mean, Ray's got nothing else to do at work. She's just on there the whole fucking time.
But, yeah, give us a like, subscribe if you haven't already. Share us. We are on YouTube, all the podcasts, stuff like that. Guys, be safe. We love all of you. Thanks for listening. I know this corona thing, at least here in Michigan, has been rough.
Yeah.
So, we're spiking again. So just be safe. Wear a mask. Wash your damn hands. Don't be dirty.
Even without COVID, you should be washing your fucking
hands. Wear a condom.
Yeah. Come on.
Just all the protection.
You should
just
definitely wear a condom.
Body condom at this point.
Yeah. I mean, don't run around in a hazmat suit, but maybe a bubble.
I think it's
maybe
necessary at this point.
Bubble boy.
See, if I got a bubble, dude, I'd be running into other people's
hamster
bubbles.
balls.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, like those big giant ones.
Yeah, I would literally be bouncing off motherfuckers. Like,
so would I.
Like, why'd you run into that person? Because it's fun.
Well, why wouldn't I?
Them. I'm like, I don't know them, but I'm sure they had a blast. Like, help cheer up someone's day.
Yeah. Exactly.
That's all I got, folks. Again, thanks for listening and subscribing and all that fun stuff. We'll see you again in 2 weeks.
See ya.
Oh, God.
Hey guys, it's Monkey again. Thank you for listening to the Busy Adults podcast. Please like, share, and subscribe for more of our latest content. I hope you enjoyed, and have a great day.